Hi guys, my name's David. I'm one of the keepers down in the Pridelands section of Auckland Zoo. Here we are, we're actually just getting ready for a rhino transport. We're taking Mtoto, one of our youngest rhinos, over to Australia to a zoo called Altina. So behind me here is actually the crate that Mtoto is going to be transported in. It's large enough for him to move around. He could sit down in there as well, but during the flights, during any of the transporting time, if I need to check on him at all, I can actually open up this door and just give him a visual check. I might have a bit of a chat to him. There's some large poles at the front of the crate here just to make sure that his head can't fit through, basically. I can give him some company, talk to him a little bit, but he's still going to stay nice and secure. So we'll be crating him this afternoon, and from there he'll be lifted up onto the back of a truck. He's going to be on the back of the truck right the way to the airport, then the fun really begins. Now, of course, it's quite tricky to move quite a large animal like a rhino. He weighs in at 1.7 tonnes, so it is a bit of a logistical nightmare making sure that everything's in place. We need to have forklifts, we need to have cranes in place ready for any kind of moves that he needs, but also the little things like the food. I need to make sure I've got enough food with me to feed him on his trip, just to calm him down and make it a little bit nicer for him. So we're now really well on the way to getting Mtoto over to Australia. We are currently on the motorway heading to the airport. Mtoto's in the crate, fairly relaxed at this stage, which is really good. And we've really started our journey now. So currently it is 12:27 a.m. It's quite weird to actually be here, although we've been planning it for months in advance really. It's quite a weird feeling to now be driving to the airport with a rhino ready to go to Australia. It's all a bit surreal really. Alright, we just arrived at Auckland Airport, all looking good so far. Now's a bit of the waiting game. The plan is actually to load him onto the plane last so he can actually be first off at the other end. So there'll be a bit of waiting around, but yeah, patience is the best thing at this stage. Yeah, as if the crate isn't a giveaway enough as it is, just in case. Well, here we are down at the airfield at Auckland Airport. Wind's starting to pick up, but again, Mtoto's been great. He's actually sitting down in the crate at the moment, so it's really good to see that he's as comfortable as we can make him to be. And now it's just a matter of loading up the plane and going for a bit of a fly with a rhino. Mtoto is actually part of a regional program to make sure that white rhinos in Australasia are kept genetically as pure as possible. So that's the whole reason behind this move, to keep the genetics, to keep that rhino population as viable as possible. Because unfortunately these guys over in Africa, they're having a really hard time. They're facing hard times through poaching, through habitat loss. These sort of backup populations can really help us and certainly can be relied on if worse comes to worse. Really looking forward to that end result, getting him out into Altina, getting him settled in as much as possible as well. I'm going to be joining him for the transit, but also trying to settle him into Altina as well. So I'll be staying with him for a couple of days as well. So it'll be good to spend a bit of time with him over there and really just try and make sure that he's nice and settled in.